Oh, what's going on? Didn't see you there. How's it going? Combat Casual back again with another UFC card breakdown, this time for David Onama versus Steve Garcia. They're at the old Apex, everyone's favorite combat sports venue. You might be saying Combat Casual. I mean, this is a terrible UFC Apex card. Why are you putting in effort, brain power, and energy into breaking this card down? I'll tell you, it's because I don't have a life and I watch a lot of combat sports and I'm going to cover the card regardless. So I don't really care that much about no name value on a card. I watch cards all the time where I don't know anybody who's fighting on the card. So to me, it doesn't matter. I'm going to watch the fights anyway. There's a couple pretty decent fights on this card. We'll go through them, make the picks, and break them all down. First fight of the night is Allan versus Ariane Carnelossi. Alencar is 6-1-1. She is 3-1-1 in her last 5. Minus 250 as the favorite. She's 35 years old, 5'1", 58.5-inch reach. Carnelossi, 15-3, 3-2 in her last 5, plus 200 as the underdog, 32 years old, 5'2" and a 61.5-inch reach. Alencar is going to have the physicality advantage in this one. She's quite well-rounded. I would say she's pretty decent on the ground, and that's where Carnelossi shines. Carnelossi is pretty scrappy, likes to move forward, throw hooks, has a decent boxing style. I would say that Alencar is overall the more skilled of the two. Certainly has, again, the physicality advantage in this one. Carnelossi, she was on a decent little run, took quite the long layoff, and then had that weird fight with Piera Rodriguez, a fight in which I thought she was losing. And she had lost the fight because Piera Rodriguez decided to headbutt her not once but twice, and then got disqualified after Carnelossi couldn't continue. So that's really all the action she's had in the last year and a half. Alencar, on the other hand, I mean, obviously did well in LFA, had that weird draw against Stephanie Luciano, got her win back, had actually lost to her in the UFC. She's only beaten Rayanne Dos Santos and Vanessa Demopoulos, but I think Vanessa Demopoulos is not like great, but it's a decent win to have on your record. So yeah, that makes me confident, just the way that she controlled the ground game in those two fights. I think that Carnelossi is going to give her some problems on the feet. But ultimately, I think that Alencar will win this fight by decision. I don't think it'll be all that close. I think that Carnelossi will probably make it close for like a round, and then by the second, the third, Alencar's superior physicality and just overall being the more skilled fighter is going to take over. So I will be picking Alencar via decision. The next fight will be Phil Rowe versus Sok Hung Ko. I like this fight a lot. I think this is a great fight. I wish it was a little higher up the card, actually. Phil Rowe, 11-5 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5, plus 150 as the underdog. 35 years old, 6'3" and an 80.5-inch reach. I can't say this guy's name. Ko is 12-2 in his career. Won all of his last 5 fights, minus 185 as the favorite. 32 years old, 5'10" and a 71-inch reach. So obviously Phil Rowe, classic rangy fighter, has a beautiful jab, has an even better one too. He is okay off of his back. He's got those long legs. Not much of a submission threat or anything. He did go to war in his last fight with who was that? Yes, with Angelusa. He did get hurt. It was a pretty brutal fight, actually. I'm surprised he's making a bounce back this quick. But before that, he had lost to Jake Matthews and Neil Magny, which is like his doppelganger in style. They fight really similarly. I think that Neil Magny, obviously, just more of the vet, has a stronger ground game. Before that, he did TKO Nico Price and Jason Witt, which are, pretty washed fighters. But Ko, I mean, this guy, he looks like one to watch, man. Again, he is one of the guys that kind of convinced me like these South Korean guys really have a future in the UFC, and he's representing very well for the country. He beat Igor Cavalcante again in the UFC via decision, and then obviously upset win against Oban Elliott just 4 months ago. So I have a really high confidence in Ko here, and I think he actually gets a knockout in this fight. I'm gonna pick him by second round knockout. I think there is a chance that Phil Rowe makes it a dogfight like he did in his last one, and maybe turns the tide later in the fight. But again, I have really high confidence in Ko. The way he just clowned Oban Elliott kind of was shocking to me. I would have thought that fight would have been more competitive. But Suk Hung Ko, I mean, he really just proved that he is one to watch and definitely a hot prospect. Phil Rowe, I mean, he's had plenty of opportunities to become something in the UFC and just never really worked out. I think he's a decent fighter, but I think that Ko is just kind of on another level, has a lot of power. He does have to watch out for the straight shots of Phil Rowe. They are going to present him some issues. This is a very good test for him to pass, I think, in this weight class. And I think he does it. I think he does it with flying colors. So I'll pick him by second round KO. Give me Ko by KO. All right. This is a weird fight. Montserrat ChangHo Ruiz versus Elise Ardeline at strawweight. Montserrat, a 3-fight losing streak, 10-4, plus 310 as the underdog. 32 years old, 5 foot and 61-inch reach. Trains at 10th planet. Interesting. Wonder if she thinks the Earth is flat. Elise Ardeline is 10-7. She has won 3 out of her last 5, minus 420. Smoke him if you got him as the favorite. 33, 5'3", and a 62-inch reach. So straight away, I don't like that Elise Ardeline is a minus 420. I think that she's like the second coming of Lauren Murphy. Fight's really similar to her. Just really, really scrappy. Down to get into a scrap. You got to respect that. I just think she's rather slow, very sloppy, and I'm surprised she even got the win in her last fight against Rayanne Dos Santos after seeing her 2 losses to Shauna Bannon and Melissa Martinez. Really just had no hope for her, but she got the win. She got her first UFC win. Basically, Ruiz, her career is on the line in this one. And I do understand why. I mean, she did get a win against Cheyenne Velismus. You guys remember Cheyenne Velismus? Remember when she was looking like something in the UFC potentially? And then what happened with that? What happened with that? Has she even fought? When's the last time she fought? She has to be off the roster. But yeah, that was 4 years ago. And then, losing to Lemos, Amarim, who just lost this past Saturday. But before that was on a 4-fight win streak. And then Eduardo Mora. I think that she's losing to, good names in this division. I think there's a potential she could be Elise Ardeline. I do believe that Ruiz is just too small for the division. She should be an atomweight, right? Elise Ardeline, on the other hand, I think is kind of, I don't know, decent at striking. Going to give her problems on the feet. I think that she's a little too, I don't know. I think Ruiz's best path to victory will be in the grappling department. I don't see Elise Ardeline knocking out Ruiz, which then again, you think maybe this will go to decision in that way, which I do believe this fight goes to decision. And I probably will pick Elise, but I don't have high confidence in either one of these women. I think they're both bottom of the barrel strawweights. Yeah, none of these women are very inspiring. So I think this is kind of a toss-up. I don't like the line. I think it's kind of ridiculous that Elise Ardeline is such a huge favorite. But then you look at the record of Ruiz and you're like, okay, makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna go Elise by decision. But again, I'm not super confident. Yo, what is up to striking? It's been a little bit since I've seen you in stream, man. I hope you're doing well. I haven't checked this card out yet, so this is a perfectly timed stream. Cool. Me neither. Let's do it together, my friends. All right, next fight is going to be Ketlen Vieira versus Norma Dumont. Dude. This is a sick fucking fight, dude. If you guys don't know already, I am a huge fan of Norma Dumont. I think she's a really, really great fighter. And Ketlen Vieira is I mean, a tough fighter in this weight class. She's huge for the weight class, throws big, decent in the grappling, has good ground and pound. I think this is a really, really awesome fight. Now, I am a little bit biased towards Norma Dumont, and she did have a stumbling block. When was her last loss? God, look at this 5-fight winning streak in her last 5. Now, Daniel Wolf, Carol Hossa, that's turning out to be a better win by the day. Chelsea Chandler, not so much. Jermaine Durandamy, I think that's a great win. I understand it's a little bit past her prime. And then Aldana. I think that, man, I think Norma Dumont is a great fighter. Super well-rounded. The issue is that Ketlen Vieira is just the big woman for this weight class. And she fights like it, too. She bullies girls. God, I love this fight, man. I love this fight. So Ketlen Vieira last lost to Raquel Pennington and Kayla Harrison. I mean, can you really? I mean, it's like Kayla Harrison. Her win over Pani Kianzad was interesting to me. I thought Pani Kianzad was a decent fighter, and then like Ketlen Vieira just like cooked her, and then obviously beating Macy Chiasson 4 months ago, making that look easy too. I think this is Norma Dumont's toughest test. Ketlen Vieira is a serious contender in this weight class. Can't beat the top girls, and I think that it's because she is so big. She's a little slow. I think it's going to be a close fight. I see Norma winning the 3rd round. I think it's all about if Norma can start fast, win that 2nd round, win the 1st round, take the fight over, establish dominance, right? That I think she'll be able to cruise to a 30-27 or 29-28 decision win. But don't count Ketlen Vieira out, man. She might be a little bit too much. We talked about physicality in the first fight, and I do think that Ketlen Vieira is just the better. Is just the more physical of the two. I think you might see Norma struggle with the takedowns. I do notice that Ketlen has this thing where she does settle and guard. I think that Norma could exploit that. She just has to get her down. So I am going to ride with Norma Dumont here. I think she's a great fighter, and I've long since said that she is the dark horse of this division. A lot of people just like to talk about how big her butt is. I understand that's a thing, guys, but seriously, Norma Dumont is a great fighter, and I have really high hopes for her. So good to see. Hope you got my DM. Turn on notifications. Why is Vieira versus Dumont so low based on their rankings? Both women deserve a main card slot. I 100% agree, dude. These are like 2 of the highest ranked bantamweights like on the roster, and they're super low on the card. That's a good point, man. I think that both of those fights, Phil Rowe and Co. and Dumont and Vieira should be higher up. Good to see you, Gio. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the $5. Dumont over Vera, Giuliano over Idaho, unless it's in Pokemon or Super Smash Bros. Or just about anything video game related. Moneybags got all the Spyro diamonds. Really? Wow. Congratulations. I've got Ketlen decision. I like her as an underdog. Ooh, that's a great point. Ketlen is, yes, plus 125 as the dog. I like that too. But again, I gotta ride with my girl Norma Dumont here. I think she's just the way better fighter of the two. But I think it's a tough one. It's a tough one for her. Thank you again for another 2. Jesus Christ, dude. Chill out, man. All right. I gotta look at Leandra's DM. Okay. Oh God. What? You guys got to quit sexualizing Norma Dumont, all right? All right, that's weird. Anyway, good to see Matua. Norma about to be champion. Let's go. I hope so. Norma, blood in the teeth. Dumont. These 2 are the highest ranked fighters on the whole card. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, and they're fighting on the fucking prelims. I mean, what is this? Why don't you ever support Idaho? This guy bought a membership. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, Gio. All right. We're going Dumont. All right. Donte Johnson versus Sedriques Dumas. Donte Johnson, undefeated fighter, minus 375 is the favorite. God damn, he's from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Trivia question: what does Fond du Lac mean? It's French. What do you guys think it means? He's 26 years old, 5'8", and a 74-inch reach. Dumas, 10-3, 2-2-1 in his last 5, minus 280 as the underdog. 30 years old, 6'2", and a 79-inch reach. So, got to go over some of the positives for Dumas. I know everybody hates him. It is what it is. I hate him too. You should hate him. He's a terrible person. But you got to go over some of the positives. He has some power. Fights super long, has decent kicks. Doesn't have much of a chin, but in this weight class, it is what it is. I would say he definitely is not good at grappling. But you know what? He's down to have a dogfight. You got to appreciate that about him. Unless he gets kicked in the dick swiftly. Donte Johnson obviously making his debut, and he got a knockout to get in on the Contender Series. That doesn't always tell us everything, but he did come up in fury. Actually, Anthony Pettis FC. Look at this run he's been on. 5 fights ago he was fighting on Anthony Pettis FC. Or sorry, that was 7 months ago. You know what I'm saying? And he's gotten all KOs. That's fucking awesome. I do think that Dumas is a glass cannon. I think that he is just the kind of guy that once he gets hurt, he's done. But that boy hungry. And he's going to be hoping to make some money. He's got a lot of legal fees to pay off. So, he's going to come out hot. I think that's going to be what gets him finished in this fight, though. So I'll actually go Donte Johnson by first round knockout. I think that Dumas definitely just plays into that sort of outcome in this fight. But hey, you never know. Dumas might just outvet him, right? He has more UFC experience, more high-level experience. Take that for what it's worth. But yeah, I'm going to be going Donte Johnson by KO. I don't think that Dumas has much of a chin these days. Prone to getting hurt. So, yes. Let's see what we got. Fond du Lac. Is it a lake? That is one part of it. Yeah, so Fond du Lac means bottom of the lake. Yes, in France. Dumas might just be misunderstood. Maybe. What's Matua's reach versus Gio's? I don't know. Trust me, I'm a doctor. I got Johnson KO 2. Sedriques has a narrow skill set, sure. As an outfighter with decent hands, he beat who? And Abu Azaitar, a good bit higher level than Johnson's opponents. He could outwork him. Exactly. That's how I see it. But I also do think that he's a little reckless. And like I said, once he gets hurt, I think it's kind of over for him personally. A weight cut kills Johnson. Interesting. Dumas is a t-shirt cannon. T-shirt salesman. See Barnett's spinning back kick. He almost landed it. Dumas could outwork Johnson with experience and tact in a slow fight with brief hot moments. Ooh. You guys hear that? In a slow fight with brief hot moments. Yo, bro, are you breaking down a fight or writing an erotic novel? Dumas gets his eye fingered. Oh, hold on. This is sounding more and more like an erotic novel. I thought he said, hold on. Dumas could outwork Johnson with experience and tact. That's sick. In a slow fight with brief hot moments, Dumas gets his eye fingered and jaw blasted. Reason for him. Oh God. Oh, that's fucking funny, dude. Oh shit. Good to see you striking, guys. God damn it. I'm sorry. I hope you don't hate me. Michael took away his chin. Ooh, the way you said France. Matej Pinas missed his space. He's 10-0 in Octagon. Okay. Big moments. Johnson is debuting. Dumbass probably gonna win. Johnson gives up the ass. Accidental smut fight analysis is the new MMA meta. Yeah, dude. Yo. That's fucking funny as fuck. We need an audiobook where someone sensually breaks down the skills and weaknesses of fighters. Matua, this is your calling. This is your calling in the world of mixed martial arts. That's fucking funny as fuck, dude. God damn it. Brief hot moments. Yeah, no, but yeah, all jokes aside, I 100% agree with you. There's a case to be made that a debuting Johnson gets outworked by the vet, but god damn it, I hate Dumas so much, and I think I'm just trying to will him getting knocked out into existence. All right. Next fight is Timmy Cuamba versus ChangHo Lee at Bantamweight. Holy shit. Timmy Cuamba 9-3, 3-2 in his last 5, minus 135 as the favorite, 26 years old, 5'9", and a 71-inch reach. ChangHo Lee 11-1, 5-fight winning streak in his last 5, plus 110. It's near even. 31 years old, 5'8", and a 69-inch reach. So let's see. ChangHo Lee. I don't even know who this guy is. Put on the investigative glasses here. Okay, he beat Cortavius Ramios by KO. I believe he was the underdog in that fight. He beat Long Zhao by decision. Long Zhao, I remember him watching him fight on the road to the UFC card. Very, very scrappy fighter. Not surprised he went to split decision with him. He's got a chin and he's super scrappy. And then, yes, won the road to the UFC thingy. All by KO. I mean, that's rather impressive. Oh, he did fight in Black Combat, which is probably the most reputable promotion out of South Korea at the moment. So, yeah, decent fighter. I'm guessing punches from Mout. He knocked out Cortavius Ramos. The thing about Timmy Cuamba is, man, I thought he sucked a lot, like a lot. He got a win in Contender, went to Tough Enough, got a KO against a guy named Michael Stack. Isn't that an actor's name? Anyway, lost the decision to Balaji Oki, and then lost to Lucas Almeida. And those are two fights in which I thought Timmy Cuamba just looked flat, unskilled, looked like he sucked ass, was kind of a bitch. But then he came back and he knocked out Roberto Romero, which who even is Roberto Romero? Let me see. Who is this guy? Like, guys, I watch all these fights, but I don't know. Okay, this guy looks somewhat familiar. 0-2 in the UFC. I wonder if he lost to David Onama. UFC 309. Interesting. Okay, I kind of remember this guy. But he got fucked up by Timmy Cuamba. Yeah, so I was like, why would I ever pick on a fighter named Timmy? It's like, remember Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd Parents? Like, you got to wish everything into existence. I mean, come on. But yeah, I mean, I think that Timmy Cuamba's a young guy. Developing game. He's only 26. I think ChangHo Lee, the more finished product of the two, did stop a prospect in Cortavius Ramos. And I think that Cortavius just wasn't able to, like the power department, ChangHo Lee is a little more dangerous. Timmy Cuamba seemingly looking dangerous as of his last fight. It's a tough one to pick for me, and I think the odds reflect that. Let's actually check. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Look at this. 86% of people picking the slight underdog, ChangHo Lee, and I think that that's pretty fair. I think that Timmy Cuamba got I won't say fluke knockout, but fought a pretty not good fighter in his last one. So I think that giving ChangHo Lee, the benefit of the doubt here, saying he'll get another win over a prospect is fair. And we'll see. We'll see how he looks in this one. I'm going to go with ChangHo Lee, but by decision, just kind of, again, tentatively picking him. So shave the mustache and get a buzz cut and wish brother Islam happy birthday, brother. Dagestan. What is up, Chama Edits? I've got a riddle for you. Care to hear it? No, unless you're a bridge troll and I need to get on the other side of the bridge. I don't do riddles, my friend. But it is good to see you. I think Lee will get a TKO stoppage again in the first, maybe second. Okay, so you're really high on this guy. You think he's really dangerous. Again, I'm not really sure how this fight's gonna look. I don't even remember ChangHo Lee's last fight. But yeah, I think that's fair. I think Timmy Cuamba's 26, improving. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go them. I'm gonna have this fight ending in decision, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is a tough one for me. 86% of Tapology is picking Lee to win. All right. Let's get through these last couple fights. A man named Kevin Christian versus a man named Billy Elekana at light heavyweight. Kevin Christian on a nice win streak. He is the underdog, plus 180. 30 years old, 6'7", and an 80-inch reach. Bam, he's a big boy for the weight class. Billy Elekana, 8-2. He has won 4 out of his last 5. He's minus 230 as the favorite, and 30 years old, 6'2", 77-inch reach. So why does this guy look Indian to me? This guy looks like he could be Indian too. Anyway, so Kevin Christian, he got a triangle on the Contender Series a year ago. Oh my God, look at this. Hold on. He got a jumping knee to the body and then punches KO. But before that, his last fight was 6 years ago. Very interesting. Had a long layoff, but hey, got to win an LFA, got to win a Contender, and now he's in the UFC. Billy Elekana, I you know what, man? I think that he gave Bogdan Guskov, a little bit of problems before Bogdan did Bogdan things and subbed him. And then he beat Ibo Aslan just 2 months ago. So he's staying active. I like that. And that was a huge upset. A lot of people didn't see that happening. So I think Billy is scrappy. He's very well-rounded. I do like that Kevin has KOs and subs in his last couple fights. But, I mean, can we really count? How much can we really count these fights that were 6 years ago, right? So, but yeah, I mean, he does have a knockout and a sub. So he's obviously a dangerous fighter. I think Billy is pretty scrappy. I think that there will be moments where he's going to try to take down the longer fight, the much rangier, taller fighter. Who knows? He might get caught up in a triangle. I'll probably have to go Billy by decision. He's the more active guy. I mean, I know the decision is crazy. He's probably going to get a finish at some point in the fight. Again, I always go decision when I'm unsure of the exact round and method. I think Billy will win this fight. I think he'll out-scrap Kevin Christian. He has experience with a decent fighter in Ibo Aslan. Maybe not as good as we thought, but and then Bogdan Guskov. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. I don't know anything about Christian, so hey, you know what? Maybe he's actually pretty damn good. I do like that he has a knockout win in LFA and then a submission win on Contender. But again, I'll say, I mean, Billy's basically a Contender Series level fighter as well, so it doesn't really tell us much. The height definitely makes me kind of just instinctually want to go with Kevin Christian. But I think that Billy Elekana, he showed me enough in his loss to Bogdan to think that he's a decent fighter. So, yeah, I'll go with Billy. I think Lee. Oh yeah, I picked Ramius because I think his name is cool. So Lee needs to look good for my boy. Hell yeah. Not Ramius. Oh, okay, got you. I think I'm done money line with women's MMA, literally going to just do over 2.5 rounds. What is up, Steve? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I understand. I mean, statistically, most women's fights do go to decision. So that's a decent strategy, my friend. Glad you're joining the stream. I don't recognize these guys, so I'm going with Billy. I remember Billy Elekana just with his fight with Bogdan, and then his last upset win over Ibo Aslan. I certainly don't remember Kevin at all. But again, he has a decent. I mean, shit. I mean, look at this. He's 9-2 on a 5-fight win streak. Obviously, again, he had like a 5-year gap in his career, but fought an LFA, got the win straight to Contender Series. That's something to be respected. He's a really tall dude, long range. So I don't know. This is one I'm not confident in at all. We have to see Kevin Christian. If you're going to bet on this one, maybe just wait, see if it goes in the second round, then do a live bet. All right, Allan Nascimento versus Cody Durden at 125. Nascimento 21-6, won 4 out of his last 5 on a 3-fight winning streak. Minus 125 as the favorite. This is basically a pick 'em because Cody Durden is plus 100. He's 34, 5'8", 69.5-inch reach out of Shuto box. Durden 17, 8-1. He's won 1 fight out of his last 5. God damn. He is 34 years old, 5'7", and a 67-inch reach. So, I mean, Cody Durden, he's gonna come out looking crazy. But you know what? In his last fight against Jose Ochoa, he never even got a chance to get started, and he did get fucking TKO'd. And again, I never like when a fighter comes back less than 6 months after getting a TKO loss, and he got schooled in that fight too. He never had a chance to come out hot. And same with Joshua Van. I mean, it was like, well, no, not the Joshua Van fight. He did come out hot in that one. But yeah, Jose Ochoa just destroyed him. It was kind of surprising, actually. So, yeah, let's check out the way in which he's losing his fights. So, decision by Van. I mean, I think that's very credible. He beat Matt Schnell. I remember this fight with Bruno Silva. It feels like it was just yesterday. Fuck. Yeah, he almost beat Silva, and then Silva came back to knock him out. And then he obviously lost by sub to Tagir Ulanbekov. Allan Nascimento, another guy that I've seen fight so many times, but I just can't remember him at all. He lost a split to Tagir, beat Jake Hadley, great win. Carlos Hernandez, decent win. And then he got the upset victory, in my opinion. I think I picked Philo to beat him. So, again, Allan Nascimento, super well-rounded fighter. Beaten good names in this division. You got to go with him in this fight. I think that there's a chance that Cody Durden could survive to the final bell. But I think what's more like I'm going to pick, again, Nascimento by decision. I think that he's going to just be the one winning the whole fight. Cody Durden could get a stoppage at some point in this fight, like early. But, you know, you could see Nascimento turn the tide, get a sub late first round, second round. I think that Cody Durden could survive to the end here, but Cody Durden's looking like worse and worse as the days go by. So I don't think that Nascimento is going to pose as much of a threat as Jose Ochoa did on the feet. So I don't really see him just kind of TKOing Cody Durden early and blasting him out of there. I think that Cody Durden, again, he's you got to respect him. He's pretty fun, but he just kind of sucks. I don't even think he can buy a win anymore. But who knows, man? You could see it happen. So yeah, give me Allan Nascimento via decision. Women's MMA is so unpredictable. The first fight last week, fuck me. That damn Korean girl hasn't fought in 2 years, and she got her ass beat. Durden is good, but he is past it. Yes, Allan is good and seems less washed, even if he's had tons of cancellations. Okay, interesting. Durden was showing a huge gap against Silva, but Silva had too much dog in him. Damn straight. Oh, yo, what is up, Ant? Good to see you. Oh, no, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Shit, listen to me talk. I can barely talk. All right, Charlie Radtke versus Daniel Frunza. Welterweight. Charlie Radtke, 10-5. He has won 3 out of his last 5, losing his last fight, and that was to Mike Malott. Minus 145 as the favorite. He's 35 years old, 5'9", 72-inch reach. Trains at MMA Masters, probably trains with Colby Covington, which is weird. But Daniel Frunza 9-3. He is plus 115 as the dog. 31, 6'1", the 73-inch reach. So let's check out this guy. Okay, he lost to Reese McKee 6 months ago. Reese McKee sucks. He sucks. But he did have a little bit of a bounce back. Looked good against Mr. Frunza. Before that, he got a knockout on the Contender Series, knockout in LFA, 2 knockouts in LFA, and he fought in some random promotion. But you know what? Charlie Radtke, unfortunately for him, he's beat all the worst fighters in the division. Mike Mathena, Blood Diamond. You guys remember Blood Diamond? Gilbert Urbina, who sucks. And then Matthew Semmelsberger, who is actually a fun fighter. I like Semmelsberger a lot, but he's just past a guy that took a lot of damage, and then, Radtke got him out of there. So that was good to see Charlie Radtke do what he needed to do, especially after getting knocked out by Carlos Prates and then losing to Mike Malott. He was up a weight class, short notice, but still didn't look like anything inspiring there. And also that fight was 5 months ago again. Don't like when fighters come back less than 6 months after getting knocked out. But Daniel Frunza, I mean, man, I almost want to say, dude, you got knocked out by Reese McKee. You were clearly not UFC level. And I think that Charlie Radtke has beaten some guys that aren't on that level, so it's kind of hard to gauge. I'm gonna go Radtke here. I think that Radtke's a decent grappler. He's a better grappler than he is striker. Looks like Frunza is gonna come in to just try to take his head off. So I'm gonna say Radtke outlasts and then gets the decision win. But I don't know, man. You could see Frunza, maybe Radtke took too many, those 2 knockout losses, and he's just not the same guy. I'm gonna give him some credit and say he's decent, and he makes it to the end of the bell and gets his hand raised. Sorry, I want to go Radtke, but I saw Frunza upset Coetzee live, and I've got a feeling he's gonna recreate that after losing to McKee by doctor stoppage. Okay, was it doctor stoppage? Kiuski, huh? Kiuski. Sounds sick. Oh, yeah, the dude on Contender. I think if you go Frunza, I think you go KO. I'm gonna say Radtke gets it done though. I'm gonna say he gets it done. But yeah, I love it. I love the breakdown by you Striking Ace. All right, let's go. Let's keep going up the cards. Get this train on the tracks. All right, Isaac Dulgarian versus a man named Yadier Del Valle. This is at featherweight. 7-1 is the record for Dulgarian. He has won 4 out of his last 5. He's minus 200 as the favorite. Fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri. He's 29 years old, 5'7", 71-inch reach. Trains at Factory X. I believe John Wood is the coach down there. This guy, Yadier Del Valle, is an undefeated fighter, 9-0. Plus 155. He is the underdog, 29 years old, 5'9", 69-inch reach. So he came up in Fury, and he has a win over Michael Aswell. That's not me. He did sub. He got a sub. Going to decision in Fury, I mean, I think featherweight at Fury is very competitive. I always talk about how I respect the hell out of Fury. I think it's a really good promotion. Got a decision win again in the UFC, and then he subbed Connor Matthews 5 months ago. I think that Isaac Dulgarian is man, he's a wrecking machine. Got a win over Francis Marshall, who I thought was decent. He fucked him up. Had that fight, very controversial fight against C-Rod. And then he subbed a guy named Brendan Moreau. I think that Isaac Dulgarian is super, super good. Obviously, he has a cardio issue. So that could be, you might want to go like Del Valle surviving the storm and then possibly getting a finish in the third. I think that Isaac Dulgarian is very, very good. He's going up an undefeated fighter, though, and I'm going to go with him by decision. But again, he's a wrecking machine. I could easily see him getting a finish any point in this fight. Just club and sub or just putting it on Del Valle and then, gets a stoppage sometime in the fight. So I am really high on Isaac Dulgarian, though. Good to see Tyler. How you doing today, my friend? All right. You have Jeremiah Wells versus Themba Gorimbo. So Jeremiah Wells, I mean, super fun fighter when he first came to the UFC, but looked like a real problem. And then so he subbed Blood Diamond again. I mean, it's not hard to submit Blood Diamond. Let's be totally honest. I got a knockout over Court McGee, and then had a really tough fight with Summelsberger in which he won a split. But then Carlston Harris subbed him, and then Max Griffin. I mean, he went to split decision win. If you go into split decision with Max Griffin, you're not the top of the heap in this division. Nowhere near it, actually, I would say. And he lost that fight as well. I think that if you can't beat Max Griffin, you are less than journeyman status in this division. And really the problem for Jeremiah Wells is that he's 9 years old. I mean, I think he just missed his window. Themba Gorimbo is a really good fighter, man. He's a really good fighter. Beat Takashi Sato, and then I think the Rock started. I was gonna say the Hulk. The Rock started endorsing him, bought him a house and shit. It's really weird. But then he beat Pete Rodriguez, beat Ramiz Brahimaj, and then beat Nico Price. Had a fight with Luque in which he got subbed. Jeremiah Wells, though he is dangerous, I mean, at this point in his career, I don't see him being much of a threat. Let's see. He did lose by sub to Carlston Harris. I think Themba Gorimbo is going to look for a sub. I think Jeremiah Wells is decent on the ground, though. I think that Carlston Harris is better on the feet than Themba Gorimbo. So it's interesting that he got subbed by him. So, yeah, I'm going to be going Themba Gorimbo by submission. I'll probably go round 2 sub for old Themba Gorimbo. I'm putting this as a coin toss. Really, I did not realize Wells is 39. I thought he was 30 or 31. Themba is the easy choice. I'm Themba decision, but I'm rooting Wells. Yes, when he does get a finish, it's very fun. He was a really dangerous fighter for a time, but I think again he's just 39, dude. Like it is what it is, man. Past his prime. All right. Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus Ante Delija. Interesting fight here. You have Waldo as the favorite. Ante Delija, slight underdog. Delija, the power puncher, the PFL winner at one time. Guy's super fun. Great at striking. Decent at grappling. Got that knockout win over Tybura. His last loss was to Moldavsky, which is kind of embarrassing if you ask me. Moldavsky, of all people. Moldavsky's okay, but just, damn, it just kind of shows that you can get into a scrap with Ante Delija, and if you can survive, you can catch him, you know. And that kind of goes for any fighter, but you know what I'm saying. Delija can be a little reckless at times. On the other hand, Waldo Cortes-Acosta, I mean, just a great boxer, great hands. Kind of pisses me off sometimes the way in which he fights, but you got to respect him. He's a really, really decent fighter. I think that Delija is going to be the more skilled of the two in this fight. And we were kind of like, man, like, because if you remember Waldo Cortes-Acosta in LFA, he was knocking fools out. And then he got all decision wins in the UFC, and then he finally got his KO he'd been looking for against Ryan Spann. But Ryan Spann kind of just ran at him, you know, and just presented the opportunity for the knockout. So I don't credit that one too much. Did get a win in a decent fight against Sergey Spivak, and then lost to Pavlovich. So he was on his way. He was cruising, man. He was on his way to possibly getting a title shot until he ran into Pavlovich. Pavlovich much bigger than Ante Delija. Pavlovich has showed us that he's a little more well-rounded than we maybe currently thought or used to think. But Delija is definitely the more skilled, more well-rounded fighter in this fight. You could see Cortes-Acosta just kind of picking him apart from the outside and just kind of doing his damn thing, doing Waldo Cortes-Acosta things. I think that we'll know exactly who's going to win this fight by the end of the first. I think Delija is definitely going to have to either get on the inside, land big shots, or take Cortes-Acosta down. As much as I do want to pick him, I don't know, man. I think, you know what? Let me check something out really quick. Because if Spivak wasn't able to control him, I don't have high hopes for Ante Delija. Let me see something. Let me look at the stats in this one really quick. UFCstats.com. Put on the glasses for this one. This is your co-main event, by the way. All right, let's check this out. Let's see. Average fight time 2 minutes for Delija. I think that was his first fight. So, no, is it his first fight? Hold on. This just counts UFC stats. So, yeah. Does it? I don't know actually. So Cortes-Acosta definitely weighs in a lot more than he does. 260, just pushing the top of the heavyweight limit. Similar reach, interesting. Born around the same year, a 91 for Cortes-Acosta and then 90 for Delija. Strikes landed per minute, much higher than Cortes-Acosta. And he actually, look at this. Wow, look at the strikes absorbed per minute. I mean, they both have a nice clip. Only 2, but again, that was against Tybura, so it's kind of. I think that stat's going to change a little bit by the end of this fight. And they have similar striking defense. I think Tybura. I mean, sorry, not Tybura. It was wasn't Tybura. Oh my god, I keep fucking that up. No, it was Tybura. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I thought it was Boudet for some stupid ass reason. He beat Buchecha though. I keep confusing the two. Man, that actually changes my tune a little bit. Tybura? You knocked out Tybura? Fuck. He's a good ass fighter, man. It's gonna be a tough fight, man. I like this fight. You know what? Man. This is tough. This is tough. I feel like Delija, if he can't get shit, dude. I don't even know who to pick in this fight. This is tough. This is tough as fuck. I might have to go Delija here. But then again, let's see. What's Cortes-Acosta's best win? Spivak? Ew, that's sad. But then interesting. Let me actually check something out. So this is his last fight against Spivak. Man, Spivak wasn't able to land shit on dude. He did land 2 takedowns. 2.5 minutes of control time. That's rather impressive, man. I'm going to have to go, just based off that alone. I think that, and again, I don't think Delija is going to just like want to sit there and strike. Or sorry, sit there and grapple Acosta, but it is an option for when he gets a little behind in the fight. Good to see you, J Beers. How you doing, man? I might have to pick Costa in this one here. What are you guys saying? This is a tough one. Both guys have great hands, but I don't know if Delija has the power to get Waldo out of there, keep Waldo from doing what he does and racking up points. Yes, Ante by KO. Doesn't help that it's heavyweight and the shit is so unpredictable. Yeah. Listen, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick Cortes-Acosta by decision, but I'm gonna be rooting for Ante Delija to knock this fucking guy out because I think we all kind of hate Salsa Boy. I mean, nobody's like, dude, I really like. You guys hype for the Waldo Cortes-Acosta fight? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Waldo Cortes-Acosta. I'm gonna pick him by decision. I think he outpoints Ante Delija on his way to a decision victory. But man, I'm really hoping that Delija can walk him down, corner him, and just land a big bomb on him at some point in the fight. And then again, in your main event, we have Steve Garcia versus David Onama. What a sick fight. People shitting all over this card, but man, you got 2 streaking ranked featherweights. Fun fight, no matter what way you slice it, man. Should it be the headliner? Maybe not, but it is an Apex card. This is like the B League of the UFC, so I don't hate it. David Onama is going to be the more well-rounded fighter of the two. Steve Garcia knocks fools out. He didn't knock out Calvin Kattar, which is kind of crazy to me, but definitely dominated Calvin Kattar throughout the entire fight. I think he's going to be the one coming in with more confidence. David Onama, I mean, he's down to get into a fucking war, a total scrap. I think if you're going to go David Onama in this fight, you got to go late KO. He survives somehow, like just a bunch of crazy exchanges. There's going to be some crazy scrambles. David Onama is, again, the better wrestler, but Steve Garcia kind of just seems like that dude in the weight class at the current moment. Let's check out the stat lines. Okay, so you have Steve Garcia being the taller fighter, slightly longer reach. It's kind of, marginal. Check this out, man. Check this out. Steve Garcia, 5 fights landed per minute and only 2 absorbed. That's impressive. That's rather impressive, man. And actually, David Onama only shooting for 1 takedown per fight and landing 30% of them. And look at Steve Garcia's got an 88% takedown defense. This is a really good fight, man. I got to go Steve Garcia here, man. And I'm probably going to pick him. I'm going to go. Oh, it's a 5-round fight. Does that change things? This is both men's first 5-rounder in the UFC. I'm going to pick Steve by 3rd round KO. This is going to be a fun-ass fight, though. Man, what a sick fight. I forgot it was 5 rounds. This is a good fight, man. I think Steve Garcia is a lock. Calvin Kattar has really good chin. Max landed a record on him and couldn't even drop him once. Yeah, sure. And Steve Garcia clowned him. Does that change things? Not really. Nah. I'm locking in Steve Garcia by 3rd round KO. I think the added, 5 extra 2 rounds is going to make them pace themselves a little bit more, but not by much. I think it's going to be a firefight, and I think that only one man remains afterwards, and it will be Steve Garcia. I'll pick him by 3rd round KO. I don't know, though, man. You could see a case for David Onama just not blowing his load as much, keeping the cardio up by the 4th and the 5th. It might be closer than people think, man. This fight is tough, but exciting. I could see Onama catching him in one of the first 3 if Steve sees red like he did against Mahashate. Sure. Got to give Onama some credit, man. I mean, he's kind of clawed his way to a ranking. And I think he deserves to be there with the names he has on his resume, beating Giga Chikadze pretty easily. But Steve Garcia is like a street fighter, man. I think he's willing to go life and death in there. And so is David Onama. This is a really fucking awesome fight, man. Yeah, not a bad card, actually. After looking through the card, I actually don't think it's a bad card. So, yeah, man, those are the picks. Kept it just about an hour. Let me go ahead and save those. Again, we do have a Tapology League. But I'll tell you what, man, that $100. So I give out a $100 to whoever wins the Tapology League for the year. And unfortunately for everybody else, man, our boy Nick the Dane has won 7 events this year. So it's pretty much over for the year. But get in there, and maybe you can be the winner next year. Maybe we can up the ante. Maybe we could donate to a pot. We'll see how people are feeling about that. But at least $100. It's just my way of giving back to you guys. That is the link for the Tapology group if you guys want to join. But yeah, that's it for me, man. I'm gonna wrap this baby up. Wednesday, we'll be going over everything we'll be covering this week. I'll put up a community post. I want you guys to ask questions in there. It'll be up after this stream goes out here shortly. And then you know what it is for me. Maybe Thursday we'll try to give you guys a tier list or something like that, just some sort of content. But regardless, we'll have Fight Companions all weekend long, and then we'll do Who's Up Next following this card. All right? All right. Well, this card isn't the most stacked with names, but a ton of fun fights. I agree. Especially after going over the whole card, I actually don't think this is a bad card. So, all right, guys, I am out. We're going to wrap this one up. Thank you, everyone who joined. Also, let me quickly give a shout out to all of the members. Yes. Okay, we have Showweather, Tress, Dirty Hippo, Sean Moody, Scott, Aaron Garcia, Matua, Darius A, Andrew Fernandez, CKS Blast, E, Bite Mood, Matt Davis, Andy Lawrence, Plant Based, Giuliano, Alina Hart, Kobe, Leandro, Dylan Chaikin, Kiwi, Alex, Benjamin Maker, Zay Returns, Jenner Dane, Grant Gregory, Half Dead Frank, Ant William, Euphoric Notes, and Dr. Pinar. You guys are awesome. You guys make it possible for me to create content. So thank you guys so much. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Peace.
What the hell?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Man, you want some too? You better wrap it up.